With McCosker carrying on to be 126 not out at the close, Ian Chappell 142. The highest score for both of them on this tour. Rick McCosker's first Test century, and a fine effort from this young New South Wales player. He really did play very, very well today. Was in trouble once or twice early on, as one would expect in a Test, against Chris Old. John Snow bowled 1 or 2 good overs. Old in the early part of the day when he picked up Turner's wicket was at his best. 1 for 46, he finished with 15 overs. Snow 2 or 3 very good overs, and the rest around about medium fast. Bob Wilmer bowled steadily, and that's about all. And Phil Edmonds I was disappointed in today. I thought he bowled much too fast through the air. It may have been tactical planning from the captain or the committee, I don't know, but it certainly didn't do Edmonds any good at all, nor do I think it did the England bowling effort any good to have him spearing the ball in very, very flat. The unlucky bowler for me was Derek Underwood. Flighted the ball well and didn't have any good fortune at all. Well, we join play now in the first over of the day. It's the 4th over with the second new ball, and Chris Old is bowling to Rick McCosker.
Oh, nice to see the ball beat in the bat early on. Good ball there by Chris Old. Managed to extract a little movement and life out of the pitch. And not many balls bounced as high as that yesterday. And that's it, and it's a great catch. Graham Root's taking the catch. And McCosker goes. Chris Old picking up his wicket. A really excellent catch there by Graham Root at second slip. Went very sharply indeed. And at long last, this long partnership has been broken. McCosker, the man to go, out for 127. And after a long toil out there, England at last breaking through, the second wicket going down at 284. Generous applause to McCosker for a fine innings. The England players in the middle joining in as he goes up the pavilion steps, having completed his first 100 in Test match cricket. Old striking for the second time in the innings, having got rid of Turner yesterday, and there's the deflection. And Graham Root taking a fine catch at second slip. It's a good ball. A bit of lift and movement there for John Snow. It was very skillfully played in the end by Ian Chappell, who managed to collect a couple of runs of it. And beaten first ball, and a big shout, and he's out, and that's a great performance by Chris Old. A very unhappy tour then for Greg Chappell. Most people consider to be the leading batsman in the Australian side, and he's missed out again. So often it happens, you wait a long, long time and come in, and after the Lord knows show, as they say. Greg Chappell out first ball without scoring. The third wicket going down at 286. Chris Old taking his second wicket here in successive balls. Just the faintest of edges going through to Alan Knott. Joyous England slip fielders joined there by Chris Old. So a hat-trick ball for Chris Old. Coming into Ross Edwards. Applause, but Edwards firmly, solidly behind that one. It's Ross Edwards now to face Chris Old. It's a good shot, but nicely behind that. Big gap through mid-off. Ball hurrying away over this parched outfield. It's a long, long chase for Derek Underwood down there. And the batsman without any trouble at all, taking 3 runs. Old again to Chappell. Oh, it's a good shot. Fine shot. Dropped just a little bit short. And Ian Chappell, a master of the square cut, putting it away quite beautifully for 4 runs, which takes him through to 150, 152 to be precise. Another fine innings on this ground by the Australian captain. 152 coming out of 297 for 3.
It's nicely placed by Edwards. It's one of the features of his batting to be able to get the ball away through the field. Splendidly timed stroke. 20 to Ross Edwards. A few words from Ted Dexter, and your commentator through to lunch will be Jim Laker.
So it's some more spin here, and I don't suppose it'll be long before we get spin from the other end from Derek Underwood. I'm rather surprised he hasn't been on so far this morning. A lovely shot by Ian Chappell. Stood there, swung the bat. Half volley off stump. And he tried to repeat it, but without the same success. 2 runs. David Steele putting his foot to it unsuccessfully.
It's a full toss, getting the right sort of treatment. That'll go through for 4, racing away through to mid-wicket. A short into Tony Greig's hand. And Ian Chappell off this long innings goes and gets out to a really bad short ball. Well, that's how it all happens in this game of cricket. Ian Chappell, who's played wonderfully well, take this score under 192. Won't be very pleased to get out to a ball like that. And this big crowd rising to the Australian captain, whose innings has really done a great job here for Australia. It's a good shot, no ball. Yet another one from Underwood, clipped over mid-wicket, in the air, but perfectly safe. Good shot from Doug Walters, and that's going through for 4. Walters moving very quickly there. Edrich, a little left-handed throw. Hitting the stumps, but Doug Walters, I would have thought, was even past the wicket. It's a friendly full pitch, and he's put it straight into John Edrich's hands. Oh, would you believe it? Last 2 wickets have fallen to a long hop, and there's a slow full toss from John Snow. Coming right out of the blue, a complete surprise to Edwards, and all he could manage to do was to push a very gentle catch to John Edrich at mid-wicket. So Ross Edwards out for 44. This is the way he went. Not even a quick full toss, a slow full toss, catching Edwards completely by surprise, and a very simple catch to John Edrich at mid-wicket. So Ross Edwards, the 5th Australian out for 44, the score on 396. Rod Marsh then back in his accustomed role as a number 7, faced with a slip and a gully. Cover point mid-off, fairly defensive field for the new batsman. There's only 1 ball left in this John Snow over. Getting a nice friendly half volley, and that surely speeding away for 4. So that's a confident start for Rod Marsh. So not only getting off the mark with a boundary, but bringing up the 400 for Australia. So a gradual wearing down processes by the England bowlers, who've put up a very creditable performance on this, the 2nd day of this Test match. Derek Underwood, who was held back out of the attack for a long time, coming on now at the Vauxhall end. And there's the first occasion we've seen any help in the pitch for him. That one certainly turned a shade. Played a little bit doubtfully by Doug Walters. And another no ball, and dealt with in similar fashion again by Doug Walters. Very often these days you see the no ball put away, but called very quickly there by umpire Bird, and Walters for the second time out there has put Underwood high over mid-wicket for 4. And he's swung that away, and those 2 men out the boundary, neither of them saw it at all. And anybody who spent any time on that boundary at the Oval will know the problems. The ball going into the air with the big gas holder as a background, frightfully difficult to pick it up. I've seen men on that deep square leg boundary run 20 yards in the wrong direction, and that's what they're looking into. The old gas holder could do with another touch of paint. There he goes again, swung away. Long chase round there, and it's 4 more. So Rod Marsh chances his arm, gets away with it. It wasn't a bad ball at all there by Edmonds.
Some neat glance by Rodney Marsh. That outfield is like lightning down there. The ball will get onto the practice pitches and run straight into the boundary. So 4 more to Marsh. Graham Roop is the slip. Good shot. And very fine again. And Edmonds once more has a long chase. Just pick this one up inside the fence, but Rodney Marsh can go back for 4, all run. Very long boundary down that end. And that is safe, just over Derek Underwood's head. Again spinning out of the rough and gone for 4. Got him, caught and bowled. Rodney Marsh going for the straight drive, not quite able to get onto it, and Tony Greig breaks through with the 6th wicket for England. Marsh out for 32. Caught and bowled Tony Greig. 441 for 6. There it is again. Marsh wasn't quite over the top of it. Perhaps he wasn't sure if he wanted to hit it over the top or keep it on the ground. In the end, it went straight back to Tony Greig. Before runs. Take Walters on to 33. Slower ball from Underwood, but just that fraction too short. Doug Walters is on 33, facing Tony Greig. Four runs, that's a good shot. It's probably Walters' best shot today. Goes on now to 37. One was right in the slot. Just in a good position for the drive. Drifting away a fraction. Walters had his left foot across to it. A nice flowing drive, beautifully placed. No chance of Snow cutting that off, and that'll beat him into the boundary as well. No ball called by umpire Spencer as well, but it's not going to affect the run getting. So 2 more 4s from Tony Greig's bowling. in this over. Again, that one in the slot, but a little bit further outside off stump. There's a very good shot of a batting technique. He cramped himself a little bit for room, you could see there, but he had his foot right across to where the ball was pitching. Good shot. That's not the place for Tony Greig to be. In fact, he's going back now. I'm not surprised.
It's a friendly half volley, and although it was semi-stopped, the power of it will see it through for 4.
Australia 280 for 1 overnight. Still haven't made 200 runs today. They've lost 5 wickets, and England have just kept pegging away, and they've duly got their reward. Tremendous hit by Doug Walters. Almost the first time he's really lashed out. He's had a go at Derek Underwood before, when Underwood has overstepped, as he has quite often, for a no ball. But this time it was no ball from the umpire. It was just an off-stump ball, and he gives it the full crack.
Tony Greig again to Max Walker. There should be a chance. Yes, straight into David Steele at deep mid-on, and he's clung hold of it. A second catch to David Steele, a second wicket for Tony Greig. And Max Walker the man to go with his score on 13. So England do it again. They've stuck to their task so well today and deserve all the good fortune that comes their way. For Jeff Thompson now, Tony Greig has a slip, a silly point on 2 short legs. And what a great catch. What a magnificent catch. Well, one is speechless. Really one of the greatest catches I think I've ever seen there at slip. That ball going so quickly. And Chris Old, who's had such a marvellous match here at the Oval, picking that one up as it gone past him. And for the second time in this innings, we've got an English bowler on a hat-trick.
Well, speechless is the word, Jim. As good as I've ever seen. I've never seen any better. Just watch this. He must have really smacked into his hand. He's really practically knocked him over.
Dennis Lilly, looking quite unconcerned, decides this is a good moment to do up his bootlace. Well, it gives an extra minute for Tony Greig to think about his tactics. And he's going to bring in another short leg. Derek Underwood going in an unaccustomed role for him there at short leg slip. John Edrich coming up, and Tony Greig thinking here he's got half a chance of a hat-trick. What a season it will be for him if he could pull this off. So Lilly waiting, the crowd expectant. Well, it was on target, just a trifle over-pitched, and Dennis Lilly able to smother it quite comfortably. And that's hoisted away by Lilly. Offensive blow over the top of mid-wicket. And that's it. Quite where intended, looking to put it away a good deal squarer, but single down past where slip would have been sufficient then to take Doug Walters through to 50, and I think he's absolutely delighted to have the opportunity of raising his bat once again on an English cricket ground. Had a long, long wait, 1968, since he made a 50 in this country against England. Oh, it's a very nice little deflection. Ball hurrying away down here. No hope at all of cutting that, really. Fiercely struck. They're coming back for the second. Barry Wood, the fielder, out there. And the 2 runs, Stu Walters bringing up for his side the 500. And he's bowled him. There's a quick seamer paying off at long last. Walters clean bowled by Underwood. A sigh of relief from the Kent left-arm bowler, who's really had to work for his wickets in this series. That's only the 5th he's taken since the first Test match back in Birmingham. So Doug Walters bowled by Derek Underwood for 65. The first man to be clean bowled in this innings. And a relief for Dougie Walters to know that at long last he's got past the 50 mark here in the Test match. That's swung away. Barry Wood's going back there. It's beaten him. That's a long hit down there. If Barry Wood had been back on the boundary. He's signalling to Tom Spencer. In fact, it was a 6. But so far, Tom Spencer has only given 4. Changing his decision now. There he goes, giving 6. Well, that going just over the boundary ropes and hitting the board. There's a full toss. Really is a rubbish over this from Tony Greig. Another very friendly gift. And Lily making the most of it. It's off an outside edge, skidding away between keeper and slip. And that running away Edmonds, full-on chase down there.
Well, although Ian Chappell was able to close the innings with 9 wickets down, this was a much better day for England. 252 runs they allowed, and they took 8 wickets today. Well, England had 25 minutes to see out the day, and they had to face Jeff Thomson and Dennis Lillee, a daunting prospect because both men knew they could throw everything into it. Here now is Dennis Lillee bowling the first over, and he's bowling to Barry Wood. Shot. Nice square drive. It went a little bit finer than he intended, but it's the first runs off the bat for England. A good boundary to Barry Wood. It went all along the ground. Well, no one wanted it. It was there for the taking. I just think that's too high and missing leg stump. Working a bit of pace here against this breeze, and it is quite stiff. Good shot. 4 runs there. That's a fine stroke from Barry Wood. Four more to Barry Wood, and that certainly will be the last over now, with 2 boundaries off Dennis Lilly in this last over, and Barry Wood goes on to 16. When England came out today with Australia 280 for 1, it must have been a daunting sight for them. They probably anticipated going into Saturday in the field. I thought they did very well to take 8 wickets for 252 today. If anything, it was their day. Australia knew that they were in a strong position, but it's a very good fight back for England to have done as well as they did today. Chris Old bowled extremely well, took a great catch. It may well have been a better day for Old than anyone else in the England team. Tony Greig picked up 3 wickets, and generally the cricket was very tight, the bowling tight and the fielding quite good today, with 1 or 2 splendid catches taken. I can't see England winning this game. I think either Australia will win it or it'll be a draw, but today should be marked down as an excellent fighting day for England, as well as a day where Australia tightened the screws on winning the series. They've already retained the Ashes.